Hi everyone, my name is Yalith and tonight I'm going to be teaching a 60-minute cozy yoga class. We're going to be focusing on releasing our shoulders and upper back tonight. So if you'd like to join me, you can go ahead and hit play on my playlist if you're using it, or any other music you might be listening to tonight. Whatever makes you feel calm. We're going to start in a heart opening pose, variation of Shavasana. If you have a bolster, finding an incline with it, with one block on medium height and the other block on its highest height. Otherwise, finding maybe a stack of pillows behind you or a rolled up blanket, finding whatever you can to make somewhat of an incline, and then just allowing your body to release over it. Legs can go out long as you roll your shoulder blades down your back. Let your hands fall to one side and the other. The palms facing up to the ceiling. And as you're coming into the space, starting to gently deepen your breath. You take a deep inhale through your nose and out through your nose. If there's any way that you can make this pose more supportive to you, take that now. For props today, I'm going to be using the bolster and 2 blocks as well as a strap. You can use any props that feel good to you. I also always like to have a blanket nearby. And just take a moment to relax here. Let your eyes close. You maybe feel a subtle opening across your chest. Start to notice how the breath feels in your body. If there's one part of your physical body that you can feel the breath in, maybe it's your belly expanding or your chest. Maybe it's the space right under your nose as you breathe in and out. Whatever it is, maybe choosing that place to focus on, to gently guide your attention towards the physical body. Notice how maybe you can relax a little bit deeper on each exhale. Allow the body to be heavy into the earth. If you could sink into it. Letting everything release. Take a moment to connect with your emotional and energetic body. Asking yourself how you feel at the beginning of this practice. And if you can, with an exhale, simply letting it all go. Calling yourself fully to this present moment. As you're ready, start to invite subtle movement into the body, maybe wiggling fingers and toes and circling ankles and wrists. And as you're ready, roll over off to the left side of your bolster. And we'll come up to sit in Sukhasana or easy pose, or any other comfortable seat that feels better to you, to be kneeling or even on the edge of a chair or a couch. That's great. Wherever you are, coming to find a nice tall spine with your hips rooted into the mat, letting your shoulder blades roll down your spine. Take a deep breath here and allow your chest to puff up a little bit as you expand further through your collarbone and breastbone. Maybe your gaze shifts a little bit up. And as you exhale, trying to maintain that space in your upper chest. Taking a couple more breaths here. Maybe thinking of tucking your chin down a little bit to protect your neck. You're setting it back into your neck. And eventually coming back to a neutral, nice tall spine. And go ahead and walk the left fingers out to the left side of your mat. Inhale, let's take the right arm up overhead for a gentle side body stretch. Maybe your gaze looks up or down, whatever feels good. If you'd like to drop your head, doing so carefully. Wherever you are, finding length in both sides of your body. As your breath is flowing, you feel weight coming out of your right sit bone, energetically driving it back into the earth. As you maintain a spiraling open sensation in your right ribs. Be here for a few more breaths. As you send lots of energy out through right fingertips. We'll be here for one more inhale and a full exhale. Inhale to rise up, keeping left hand on the ground. Come to hover your right hand a couple inches off the ground. Your spine can come back to neutral, but try and leave your left ear down towards left shoulder. Finding a gentle stretch in the side of your neck. Going all the way down to your fingertips on your right side. Your head be heavy as your ear pulls down toward your shoulder. You want a little bit more, maybe gently resting your left hand on top of your head. Simply guiding it down with only the weight of gravity. It might feel good to take a little bit of movement with the right arm, finding different places along the side of your neck to open. Noticing if any places more tight or more free. Take one more inhale and exhale to release your arms. Using your left hand, bring your head back up to center. Coming again to sit up nice and tall. Take a moment to notice any differences between your right and left side body. As you're ready, we'll take that to the other side, walking right fingertips out to the side. Inhale, left arm up overhead, side body stretch. You glue your left hip down into the earth. Maybe taking a little bend in your right elbow to deepen the stretch. Your gaze can go wherever it feels comfortable. Extending through fingertips. Finding lots of length in your spine so that you aren't crunching in onto your right side body, but rather finding length in both sides. We'll be here for a few more breaths. Breathing here. As you're ready, take an inhale and one more exhale. On your next inhale, coming back up to center. Left hand hovers a few inches off the mat as your right ear releases towards your right shoulder. Moving your left arm a little bit to find a spot that feels good. Feeling a stretch along the left side of your neck. If you want a deeper stretch, maybe bringing right hand gently on top of your head, allowing just the weight of gravity to gently guide it down towards the earth. Again, maybe taking movement in the left arm, noticing any areas along that left side of your neck that's more open or more tight. So here for one more inhale, and your exhale, release hands down by your sides. And inhale to use your right hand to bring your head back up to center. Moment here, sitting nice and tall. Again, opening through your chest. So you slide your shoulder blades down your back. Inhale, we'll take both arms up overhead, finding a nice tall spine, reaching up through your fingertips. Wiggle your right fingers for orientation. And as you exhale, we'll find a twist, finding right hand to left knee. Doesn't need to be your deepest twist, just starting to move the spine a little bit. You draw your navel back towards the center of the space. As your gaze maybe shifts over left shoulder. If it's too much on the neck, maybe finding a neutral gaze and just twisting through the back. Only taking this as far as feels good. Finding inhales to lengthen through your spine, exhales to gently deepen the twist. Maybe close your eyes to really feel how this feels in the body. We'll be here for one more inhale. And one more exhale, twisting a little bit deeper. Inhale, we'll come back to your center. And exhale to find a nice neutral spine. Again, taking that to the other side. Inhale, arms up overhead, extending through fingertips. Wiggling left fingers now for orientation. We'll find left hand to right knee. Taking a gentle twist here. Maybe your gaze spirals over your right shoulder. Using your inhales to grow up taller in your spine and your exhales to deepen the twist. Maybe thinking of pulling your left shoulder blade away from your spine and your right shoulder blade towards your spine, while simultaneously drawing your navel back towards the front of the space to twist your spine from both ends. Stay here for a few more breaths. We'll be here for one more inhale. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. And inhale to come back to center. Neutralizing the spine. Coming to sit up nice and tall with your hands on your knees. We'll release chin down to the chest. You don't have to release your head all the way. But as you're ready, taking little half moons with your chin. Just from one shoulder to the other. Inhaling to bring your chin up towards one shoulder. And an exhale takes you through center. Again, just letting this movement come from your neck and not fully releasing over into your shoulders, rather keeping your shoulders pulled back and down your spine, and just allowing this movement to come from your neck. This is a great place to stay for a few more breaths, or maybe now coming to find right ear to right shoulder, and then left ear to left shoulder. Still moving with the breath. And maybe if it's calling to you, taking some full circles of the head. Maintaining length through all parts of the rotation. And then eventually reversing that movement in the other direction. Take one more breath. And on your next inhale, bring your head back up to center. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale to press your hands into your knees, arching your back gently for a seated cat-cow. Opening your shoulders, maybe shifting gaze up. Exhale to round your back, curling forward, maybe chin comes towards chest. Moving through that a few times at your own breath pace. Inhale to arch the back, opening through your chest. Exhale to round the back, finding space between your shoulder blades, the back of your neck. Luxuriating through every moment here. When you're ready, coming back to sit in a neutral spine. Sitting up nice and tall again, just finding both hip bones pressing into the floor. If you feel like you need to change how you're sitting, this is a great time to do that. We'll only be here for a few more movements. As you're ready, taking both arms out in front of you, we'll come to cross your right arm over your left. Then wrapping arms around, we're moving towards eagle arms. Taking your arms wherever they come, maybe just bending them here, maybe wrapping all the way around so that your palms are touching. Inhale to lift your arms up, elbows come up. Exhale to press your hands away and release your shoulder blades down your back. I recommend maintaining your chin tucked down a little bit so that you can fully expand through back body. Breathing here. Notice where you might be sending breath differently here as you feel space opening in your upper back. Here for one more inhale, press your hands up a little bit higher. And exhale to release down to your knees. Again, coming through neutral. We'll inhale both arms forward. Now crossing left hand over right. We'll come to the other side, bending both elbows. Maybe not quite coming to have your palms touch. Maybe only the backs of your hands touch, or maybe you wrap all the way around so palms are touching. As you inhale, lifting your elbows up, and exhale to drop your shoulder blades down and press your hands away from your face. For eagle arms, again, maybe tugging your chin for a little Jalandhara Bandha or chin lock. allowing for some extra space in the back of your neck and spine. The sensation of giving yourself a double chin. As you breathe here, thinking of lifting your elbows a little bit more on each inhale and dropping your hands and shoulders down with each exhale. Stay here for one more inhale, coming up a little bit higher. And exhale to release your hands down. Take a moment to circle out your shoulders, noticing the effect of that in your body. As you're ready, go ahead and grab your strap. We're going to take a variation of Gomukhasana arms here. So you can take your strap either folded in half or fully extended. It doesn't really matter. We don't need that much length from it. And as you're ready, go ahead and drape it over your right shoulder. Come to find your left hand, grabbing it behind you. And inhale to take your right arm up overhead. And exhale to find right arm bending, coming to grab the strap as well. You use the strap to walk your hands closer together. If it comes comfortably to you, maybe fingers clasped and you release the grip on the strap. Otherwise, even if you can barely make your fingertips touch, maybe coming back out of the pose a little bit in order to find a nice tall spine, allowing your head to be fully lengthened, looking straight ahead of you. Breathing here, noticing any sensation maybe under the right arm or in the left shoulder. Maintaining that openness in your chest, allowing your shoulder blades to drop down your back. Breathing here. As you're ready, taking one more inhale. And exhale to release both hands from the strap and bring your hands down by your sides. Take a moment to notice the effect of that, and we'll switch the strap to lay across your other shoulder. Now taking your right hand, turning your thumb down and grabbing the strap behind you. We'll take the left arm up overhead and release it down your back, finding both hands to the strap. It's very normal to have one side that's very tighter than the other. So wherever you are, trying to only go to a position that you can keep a nice straight back and open shoulders without having to round forward or arch too far back. Notice how you feel any sensation here. If maybe it's different from the other side. Using your inhales to grow up nice and tall. You, on your exhale, melt a little bit into this pose. We'll stay for one more inhale here. And exhale to release your hands to either side. Go ahead and move the strap out of the way. And we'll come back to sit here. Inhale both of your arms out in front of you. And now exhale to cross right hand, right elbow over left. Come on, you give yourself a hug here. Exhale here, maybe rounding your upper spine, tucking your chin down towards your chest. Keep your fingers nice and tight together to give a firm Grip onto your shoulders. As you notice the sensation there. Maybe taking any wiggles that feel good. And on your next inhale, coming up to center, we'll find both of your hands behind you, clasping your hands and straightening elbows, opening through your chest a little bit here. This could be a great place to stay. Or maybe you take an inhale here and exhale to fold forward, allowing your hands to gently drop overhead. Maybe forehead comes to the floor or block. Whatever feels good here. Releasing a little bit more with each exhale. Take one more inhale. And exhale to come back up to center. We'll take the same thing to the other side. Inhale, both hands out in front of you. Now crossing the left arm over right. So you can give yourself a hug. Your hands press evenly into your shoulders, as if in a gesture of comforting. Allowing your shoulder blades to release forward. Maybe releasing your head down. Taking any wiggles here that feel good. Can you breathe into the space between your shoulder blades? For one more inhale here. And one more exhale. Inhale to come back through center. Now taking the opposite clasp of your hands behind you, the one that feels a little bit weird. Coming to straighten your arms, finding a little bit of a back bend, opening through your chest and shoulders. Stay here. Maybe you just stay here. This is great. Or maybe taking one more inhale to grow up a little taller. And exhale to fold forward. Letting your hands gently release overhead. You might need to readjust your grip a little bit. Allowing the weight of gravity to pull your hands closer to the floor. Forehead coming maybe to the floor, maybe to a block on any height. And you relax your shoulders into the stretch. Stay here for one more inhale. And exhale to come back up to center. Find your hands to your knees and take a moment to circle shoulders one way and then the other. Just kind of noticing the effects of all that opening. As you're ready, we're gonna move into embryo pose. So coming onto all fours, we'll come to sink your hips back into, actually before we do that, let's grab 2 blocks. This is another variation. I'm going to find 2 blocks in front of you. Coming onto your knees, go ahead and find your elbows to blocks. Hands can come into prayer pose. As you find the right distance away from your blocks and release your hips back as if going into child's pose. Move your blocks so that your head can release freely as your elbows are supported. And maybe eventually bending your hands back. Feeling some opening in the bottom of your shoulders. Noticing how the breath changes the stretch. Maybe pressing your shoulders down away from your ears. We'll stay here for one more inhale. Exhale to release your hands out in front of you. And now we're coming into embryo pose. As you wrap your arms around, as if in child's pose, but now your arms are down by your sides, allowing your upper back to open. Forehead rests onto the floor. Just releasing here. Allow your eyes to close. Maybe taking a little bit of movement, swaying back and forth. As you're ready, this might be a great place for you to stay. But if you're looking for a little bit more, maybe taking a rabbit pose, coming up onto your head, hooking your hands onto your heels and lifting your hips. Maybe tucking your toes, trying to pull away with your body as your arms are being pulled back towards your feet. And maybe you're just staying in embryo pose, and that's good for today. You are in rabbit pose, thinking of engaging your core to round your back as much as possible. If you're in rabbit pose, stay for an inhale. Exhale to release your tucked toes and come back down to embryo pose. Inhale to swing your arms out in front of you to child's pose. Exhale to settle for a moment here, thinking active arms with your elbows nice and straight, pressing your forehead down to the earth and opening your heart. Inhale to roll up through tabletop. We're coming down onto your belly, finding Sphinx pose on your elbows with a little arch in your back. Think of tractioning your elbows back towards your hips. Extend through your spine, opening your heart. Stay here for an inhale, and exhale, release your head down to your chin. And just start to take a little bit of movement here. Whatever feels good. Kind of only peeling your ribs up off the earth. So your belly is still on the earth. You might be able to feel your lower ribs, but your upper back is just starting to arch. You might move your elbows a little bit further than a traditional Sphinx pose. Eventually coming back up with your head looking straight to the front of your mat. Open through your shoulders. As you're ready, press into your hands to get a little bit of length. And exhale to thread your right arm under your left for thread the needle. Coming to release your forehead to the floor, extend maybe your left arm straight out in front of you. Otherwise, keeping your left hand close to your face. And breathing here. Stay for one more inhale. And one more exhale. Once you're ready, finding left hand back in front of your face and coming back up through neutral. We'll take the same thing to the other side right away, threading left arm under right. For a thread the needle variation, maybe staying here or extending right leg forward, right arm forward. Finding some space in the back of your left shoulder. Use your exhale to release a little bit more. If you're holding tension anywhere, let it all go. As you're ready, right hand comes back in front of your face. Inhale to come back up through center. Finding Sphinx pose. And now we'll relax forward, finding one hand on top of the other. And releasing your forehead to your hands for crocodile pose. Stay here for a moment of breath. And as you're ready, we'll take a couple more poses here on our belly. If this is too much for you, maybe taking these same poses against a wall standing, or taking another variation that feels better in your body. If you're coming with me, taking your left arm to cactus arms with a 90-degree angle in your shoulder and elbow, coming to press gently into your right hand and roll onto your left side, opening through the left side of your chest. Press your left hand down into the mat to activate the stretch, giving it a little bit of resistance, protecting the joint. Maybe your right leg comes back behind you, maybe it doesn't, whatever feels good. Letting your breath be nice and full. So you let your left shoulder be heavy down towards the mat. Stay here for one more inhale. And exhale to roll back through center. Going to find the same thing on the other side. Now finding right arm into cactus arm. Moving any props out of the way. Take your left hand to the left side of your body and gently press into it, rolling to the right side of your body. Coming to open up through your right side of your chest. Maybe your left leg goes back behind you, or maybe not, whatever feels good. Actively press your right arm into the floor to stabilize your shoulder joint. And continue breathing here. As if you could melt a little bit further into the stretch with each exhale. Go ahead and take one more inhale. And exhale to roll back onto your belly. We're going to take a very similar stretch now, finding your left arm wide to a T. Come to roll your thumb down. So the space between your thumb and pointer fingers down onto the floor. Taking the same thing with your right hand on the side of your body, gently pressing into that arm. Coming to any place that feels good here. Maybe your palm comes to face down. Maybe moving your arm up and down to whatever feels good. Stay here for one more inhale. And exhale back through center. Again, taking the same thing to the left side. Extend your right arm long to a T. Pressing into your left hand will come onto the right side gently. It might feel really good to think of arching into your upper back here. If it feels better to lift your head, maybe finding it to a block so that you can relax while getting deeper into the stretch. Stay here for one more inhale. And exhale to slowly roll back to your belly. We'll come back to crocodile pose, this time stacking the opposite hand on top of the other. Release your head onto your hands. Let everything go. Taking a few more breaths here. Maybe allowing your heels to fall out to either side. Just letting everything go. As you're ready, come to find your hands under your shoulders. Inhale to press up through tabletop. We'll come to find any props that you'll need for Shavasana, as well as 2 blocks for a couple poses before that. We're gonna be spending the rest of class on our back. And start in a supported fish pose, finding 1 block to medium height, 1 block to high height. And as you're coming back, finding the middle block right under your shoulder blades and the top block to support your head. Allowing your arms to open to either side. I recommend trying this pose first because it can feel really good as a heart opener. But if this is too much sensation, maybe coming to find a rolled blanket under your shoulder blades instead, or even a bolster. Wherever you are, just allowing your heart to open. You find a gentle arch in your upper back. Allow your breath to be deep as you take each inhale to open your chest further. As I was talking about earlier, thinking about puffing up your chest as you breathe in and rolling your shoulders further back. Keeping your chin a little bit tucked here. That's why we have the second block up a little bit higher, so the head is completely supported and the neck can be relaxed and safe. We'll be here for a few breaths. You feel your shoulder blades slide even closer together. As you're ready, come to roll off to the left side, removing the blocks from behind you and moving them out to the side, coming all the way down to your back. Notice how it feels having your back flat against the floor now. Your shoulder blades still walking down your spine. As you're ready, come to bend both knees so that your feet are planting on the floor and knees point up to the ceiling. Go ahead and heel toe your feet wide to the edges of your mat and allow your knees to fall together for a reconstructive rest. From here, we'll come to cross right arm over left. Coming back kind of to the position of hugging yourself. But this time, feeling it completely passive. Allowing your arms to kind of drape over your body. Still finding release in the upper back. Noticing how the breath changes in this pose versus the last. When you're ready, go ahead and cross the opposite arm on top. Finding your left arm crossed over your right. And again, coming to let everything release into this pose. As you're ready, come to release your arms wide to a T. Palms can face up, heel toe your knees back up to face the sky. Maybe rock a little bit back and forth, windshield wiper in your knees. Feeling a little bit of movement into your spine and lower body. As you're ready, go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. Giving them a nice little squeeze. Maybe rocking back and forth and up and down your mat. As you're ready, shift your hips a couple inches to the right. And allow your knees to release over to the left side. Right shoulder's heavy to the earth. Breathing here. Allowing the spine to release as it spirals all the way from your tailbone up to the crown of your head. As you're ready, inhale your gaze back up to the sky. Pull your knees nice and close into your chest and slowly roll back onto your back. As you're ready, we'll take that to the other side, shifting hips a couple inches to the left now, and allowing the legs to release over to the right side of your body. Once you've stopped moving, maybe your gaze shifts over your left hand as you spiral through your spine. Releasing into the floor, allowing the earth to support you. On your next inhale, gaze shifts back up to the sky. You pull knees into your chest and slowly roll onto your back. Realign your hips in neutral. And we'll take one more time, hugging knees tight into chest. Maybe head comes off the mat, curling into a little tiny ball. Take one more inhale, and as you exhale, release everything out long. Legs extend, feet open to either side. Your shoulder blades roll down your back and palms come to face up in Shavasana. Take a deep breath in here. And with an exhale, allow your eyes to close. Release any control over the breath, allowing it to return to its natural rhythm. Coming into Shavasana with the intention of nothing but relaxing. Letting go of all tension in the body. If you'd like to join me, coming to shift the awareness around the physical body, starting with the crown of the head, forehead, tip of the nose, chin, throat, chest, right shoulder, right upper arm, right lower arm, right wrist, palm of the right hand, right thumb, tip of right index finger, tip of right third finger, tip of right fourth finger, tip of right fifth finger, right palm, right wrist, right lower arm, right elbow, right upper arm, right shoulder, chest, left shoulder, left upper arm, left lower arm, left wrist, left palm, tip of left thumb, tip of left second finger, tip of left third finger, tip of left fourth finger, tip of left fifth finger, left palm, left wrist, left lower arm, left elbow, left upper arm, left shoulder, chest, abdomen, pelvis, right hip, right upper leg, right lower leg, right foot, right ankle, right knee, right hip, pelvis, left hip, left upper leg, left lower leg, left foot, left ankle, left knee, left hip, pelvis, lower back, middle back, upper back, back of the neck, back of the head, crown of the head. The whole body relaxed. The whole body relaxed. The whole body relaxed. When I feel the stress building, I go to my happy place. I close my eyes, lean back, and imagine the sun on my face. I listen to the birds sweetly chirping in the trees. To relax myself even more, I imagine a gentle breeze. Once I feel the awful tension begin to slip away, I open my eyes and stretch, ready to restart my day. As you're ready, start to deepen your breath. Start to invite subtle movement back into the body, wiggling fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles. Maybe massaging the back of your head against the floor, shaking your head no. Or if it's calling to you, taking a big morning stretch. Eventually coming to roll onto the right side, using your right arm as a pillow. Find a moment of gratitude to yourself for showing up on your mat today, to your body for carrying you through this practice, and for this practice and everything that it has to offer us on and off the mat. Eventually pressing into the left hand, come up to a comfortable seat. Hands can rest on your knees, or if you'd like to join me, bringing hands to heart center. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of truth, of light, and of peace. When you are in that place in you and I am in that place in me, we are one. If you'd like to join me, bringing thumb knuckles to third eye center, we'll seal this practice with the blessing of Namaste. Namaste. Thank you for your practice.